Hey guys, what's up? My name is Josh Marble and I'm the director and producer of the upcoming feature film, Taking the Fall. I'd have to say my favorite part of filming this movie was the spirit of collaboration that we had between the cast and the crew, and just the fact we were always at a fast pace and we were always going from one thing to the next, but there wasn't ever complaining. It was just this amazing spirit of teamwork and working together, and at the base of everything, there was just a lot of heart that went into it between the actors and what they brought to their characters, and the crew, and just the camaraderie that we developed on set, and the fact that everything ran really efficiently, and we were able to tell such a giant story and in such a condensed amount of time in a way that it flowed and it worked and it was natural. And really just the other thing is how amazingly real the actors brought these characters to life. Like, it could be so easy to over dramatize some of these characters or these ideas or these stereotypes, but the fact is that each of the actors found a beautiful humanness and vulnerability and flaws and even hopes in each of the characters, where you see that true mortal coil going back and forth between them as they are caught literally or figuratively between the rock and the hard place of where they want their lives to go and where they feel they are and what are they going to do about it. So seeing them really step into that story and really just dive into those characters to make it so real was probably my favorite part. I would say what drew me to the project was, I would put it in one word, which was heart. The heart that Stephen Hellman, who wrote it and EP'd it, had put into the project, the heart of even the other producers and I just working together and how much we cared about the project, and just the commitment that the crew and the cast brought into to really telling the story, to really making sure that it came to life in a real and a believable way. Like, everyone in this project just truly brought a lot of care and compassion and empathy and understanding to it. And so that heart is what translated on screen. And it's the reason that I think the story showed up as powerfully as it did. In terms of the cast, usually when you're working with an ensemble, it's really hard to find a good balance between the energies that you're going to have around, because sometimes people can come in too hot and others aren't matching it. But everyone just clicked. They just found that relationship instantly and they just built on that, and it flowed so well that you see this camaraderie, you see this joyous history that they brought into these characters that obviously didn't exist prior to shooting. So the fact that they were able to bring that in and it played so well was amazing. Another thing I think was awesome was, like, I was meeting Monroe for the first time a day before we started shooting, so really just jumping in and working with him, even though we had chatted a little bit back and forth via phone. It wasn't until he showed up to set to Los Angeles that we were able to really get to know each other, and just the relationship him and I built and how we were able to tell that story was incredible. Plus, everyone else just did an absolutely amazing job making this happen. Roland, Katie, Avalon, Kristen, Chris, Jonathan, and it was really cool because I got to bring my niece Kennedy onto the project, and she did a great job as well because, well, she's awesome. I would say a film is only as good as the crew that make up the film. And the reason I say that is that there's so much responsibility that gets put on people to make a film come to life, to really take that process from a concept to an actual film, that without having a great crew around you, it can be impossible. And I was surrounded by nothing but the best. Some people I've had a chance to work with before, some it was my first time getting to work with them. But again, their knowledge, their expertise, their willingness to just make stuff happen. And even I didn't necessarily always know how we were gonna do stuff, but I said, hey, is this possible? And then they would make it happen. So having that spirit of really just willing to go for it and try something and take a risk and make sure that it worked out. And usually it did for the most part. So it was just that, it was almost like a spirit of play mixed with this intense focus of let's make this happen. And that's not something you always find. So to find it with this amazing crew was very special to me, and it definitely made everything go so much smoother with the filming process. One of the coolest experiences of this whole process was once the film was done and we started sending it out to film festivals, because it was really one of the first times that I've really entered the film festival circuit in such a competitive manner. And so I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, but then when we started getting notifications of we got into this festival, we got into this festival, we got into this festival, it was like, oh my gosh, like people are really responding to this. Like this is actually getting like really cool traction. Like we were always kind of told, oh, this is going to be like a really small market that's millennials only. But the fact is that we had people of all generations that were responding to it. People that were like sending us emails or sending us messages or hearing from festivals like, hey, this person said this. And it was like, wow, that's incredibly cool to hear that. And then starting to win some of the festivals, winning Best Feature, winning Best Screenplay, being nominated for Best Director. I know we had several of the cast were nominated for things, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Like that we're getting this kind of response, just because we always hope that, but you never actually know. And then when it happens, you're like, dude, this is awesome. But again, it goes back to just how much love and passion was put into this project to make it happen. And clearly it showed up in a way where people responded to it. So that was really exciting for us. Thanks so much for checking this out, guys. So in case you're wondering, where can you check out Taking the Fall? Easy answer. On April 9th, Taking the Fall is coming to both Amazon and Apple TV, and you can go ahead and pre-order it from Apple TV right now on the link below, or Amazon, you gotta wait till April 9th, but I promise you it's gonna be there. We're super excited to share this with you and to bring this amazing story to you. There's amazing acting, there's definitely tons of heart and passion that went into the project, and overall, it's a really cool story that makes you think, makes you grateful, and most importantly, it makes you dream.